Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
All right, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. It's every show we have ever done. Over 11 years now. Well over 2,000 episodes. Also, Keith and the Girl spin-off shows, such as, I don't know, let me just pick one. Mine. My Name is Keith has a new episode entitled The Fiancé. The description is, in another glorious and vomitous My Name is Keith. The show where I get the guests drunk and yell at them.
I always forget that day that I should remember that the not safe for work pictures are coming into my text.
Oh, yes. Keith talks with Jay Nog about people that drink straight alcohol. Jay says, go big, baby. That leads to the Uber driver not wanting him in her car. But we're jumping ahead. In this episode, Keith and Jay talk childhood teachers, childhood sports, and trying to make a child. The two talk about how to win at wedding vows and relationship arguments because of friends. They discuss anger management, working with a porn star, temptation, and how to smoke a pen. At one point, he picked up the pen I was holding thinking it was weed. It all quickly gets...
Was he trying to convince you? Like, no, you're wrong.
Right, not until it is in his mouth. He's sucking the clicker. He's like, what is this? I'm like,
at least he found the clicker.
Yeah. Well, I told him it's ink and it'll get him fucked up.
Men can't.
It all quickly gets to the fear of being a parent and Jay's friend that killed himself. And then Jay thinks he's taking a piss, but instead throws up all over the place. Maricela does the video, and she said to me, is this a part one or something? It ends abruptly. Oh, it ended abruptly. I think I just have to pee. And I'm like, is it because I'm talking about your suicidal friend, the friend that killed himself? He's like, no, I just got to pee. Like, all of a sudden, there's a little break. He goes, this is so much fun. I love it. And I guess because he stood up, he goes to the bathroom, comes out, and just all of a sudden, like, hey. Oh, fuck. Like, should we do the interview in the toilet? I don't know.
Was he like, I'm not drunk? Then he gets up. It kicked in.
Yeah. All right, let me introduce to you today's guests, friends and colleagues, a comedy duo. Tracy Soren, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Jessie Jolles, how are you?
Wonderful, thank you so much.
Okay, so Jessie is the one who's wonderful, in case the voices confuse you.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast that you did, doing some research, and it's called In Traffic.
Boy, you really know how to make a guest feel so nervous.
That's a reach.
That's a reach.
That's a reach.
So this guy, I guess, he does a podcast
Yes.
in traffic.
Listen, on Long Island, there's a lot of traffic.
Because
It's a lot.
how do you separate yourself with all the podcasts out there? You go, I will do it while I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
So that the guests, as they call in, don't have my full attention. Now, unless during this show he starts going, get the fuck out of the way. Now, ladies, then okay. But otherwise, I don't know. There's a podcast out there where they do it while people are jogging.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a lot of movement. Podcast.
Yeah. We
That's what
love
they mean.
stationary.
We're just like, let's sit. What
Let's
are
always
we?
sit.
Also, eyes on the road. I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
So maybe he doesn't have time to know who you are.
Right.
Because maybe he's trying to work an exit. It's tough to merge
I
sometimes, right?
know. I was like waiting for him to ask for directions.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it.
Here's-
I'll Google Maps for you.
Here's just a little bit. It makes, if this podcast is successful, Chemda and I try way too hard. Way too hard.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi guys.
How are you?
I'm good. Say who's who, so we,
I'm Tracy Soren, and I'm Jessie Jolles.
oh, it's Jolles.
Yeah, like you don't have a jaw, you're jawless.
I gotta change the intro. I said Jolles. Like Billy.
Now, is this like everybody loves it raw? Like I get to hear all that awkwardness? Oh, I didn't know your names.
Yeah, we thought it hadn't started yet.
We did think.
Well, you would
nice
assume.
guy. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll say nice guy has a phone plan that's unlimited. I'm assuming.
Joel, but plural, like two Billy Joels.
Yeah, we get it. You got it wrong. He keeps saying how wrong he got it.
It happens all the time.
I'll fix
Now,
that.
are you both in the same room, like looking at each other?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
fuck?
we were on Jesse's floor.
But we're on floor on speakerphone.
To be fair though, Jesse's name is. I was surprised you got it right.
I actually was as well.
You did because you're.
I'm a host that gave a fuck.
You know what? Yeah, you really can.
You did. Like I was like, oh wow.
I can't believe this show got our names.
I can't even tell you how many times they're like, we really love Soren and Jolles. I'm like, you must really love us. Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Oh gosh,
Would So tell people what you do. You're comedians, but you're more than that.
So good. That is so good. You're a comedian. Tell them what you do.
We forgot we were more than that.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, okay, comedian, and
Right.
I'm inching towards it.
Yeah.
And I don't have it.
If Kemda and I do radio interviews, and people can't see us, and
it's such a joy.
and we do it from the studio, then we'll look at each other like, hey, who's going to take this question? Maybe I'll point
Yes.
to myself. Usually I point to her. And so I have to picture both you just pointing to each other. Like, we are so much more. But for the sake of this show, let's talk about the comedies.
We're so much more than that. We're two fun women who, we make
Humor's on
videos
point.
and have a.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, he says, hey, you got a lot of press. Why?
You guys get like a ton of press and publicity. Like, what are some things that you've done?
You
Don't make me read.
right? I went to your website, and I mean, I'm seeing everything there. I'm seeing Time, BuzzFeed, Cosmo, the Huffington Post said you're in the next Broad City. How come?
I don't think we felt better after.
No, I'm saying we came in and we were pretty much staying the same. Again, I'll say nice gentleman.
Right.
But yeah, I think our website is pretty
Thorough.
comprehensive.
Yeah.
You guys get like a ton of press and publicity.
It's almost like he wants to say, how can I? I have a website, too. I don't get it.
To be fair, you found it.
that you've done.
You mean for the press?
This is the best show ever made. You mean, what? What do we do for the... I must be misunderstanding you. Why did we do press?
You guys get like a ton of press and publicity. Like, what are some things that you've done?
You mean for the press?
Yeah, because like I saw like you were in Time and Time Out New York and fucking.
How'd you get that?
I don't know. Your thing reads like really like a lot of big things.
You guys were in
Yeah,
Time Out
we
New
were-
York. We were not.
Oh,
You
really?
guys were. Yeah, we were
Well,
not.
he knows
in Time
people
Out.
were.
Yeah.
Some
He was
lady
talking about
was.
you guys. Yeah.
Just on like the 10 up and coming, I think, New York City comedians.
I think what we do is we put out a lot of video content, and we consistently put out video content.
So we've been written up by a few cool publications and.
And honestly, I don't get the question. True.
I'm like sweating. I'm just like.
Okay, here's one more. Do you ladies have goals?
What do you guys have like a? Is there a goal, or are you just seeing where it
Aimless.
takes you? Because I know, like for me, I have goals, but
I just want you to know I have goals. We can focus on that actually, if you ladies want to take a break. The following are my goals.
As a man, I aim to do things. As a woman, where is this going to take you?
When will you have to leave and have kids?
Right. Can you imagine? And he explains to his wife the gas bill every month.
yeah,
I just drive around. Well, you could have taken the kid to school. Like, no, I got to concentrate. Concentrate?
Oh God, that was a blast from the not so recent past. Oh wow!
So I
Great
look
start.
at these Twitter accounts, and I see Jessie's, which is her name.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is, but I didn't bother looking it up. You tell them. Jessie Jolles says, going back to therapy is like getting back on a bike. I'll cry the whole time. We all hate bikes, right? Hashtag therapy, hashtag bike. Do you still go to therapy?
I do indeed. I actually just switched to a new therapist. It's been a rocky road. Thank you for the claps in the back. Yeah, I love therapy. My mom put me in it like really quick because I was dyslexic, and she's like, she's gonna have trouble. I had a really backpack. There was a lot of things happening. Mom was like, here you go, just try to not have so many issues.
What'd you say about a backpack?
Or I had a rolly backpack.
Not when she was a child, like I'm saying in early teen.
Oh, a
early
bad
teen.
back.
No, a rolly
No,
backpack.
well, my my mom just made me walk to the bus stop, so I thought I was like really sly, and I was like, actually, my back hurts, and she was like, here's a rolly backpack.
Oh, I
and
see.
then in middle school, kids were like, what airport are you going to?
Yeah, my mom literally bought me blue suede shoes for school. Yeah, just buy me punch. You know what I mean?
It is funny that parents, even though they were kids, because it doesn't happen in reverse,
Right.
they go, yeah, no one will care. If they like you, they'll like you.
Right.
Have you been to school?
Yeah.
I know.
Did you drop out before you said?
Oh my God.
I get it. My friends will accept it, but what about everybody else?
Right.
And by the way, I have to make friends first.
Yeah.
I also love blue suede shoes because that's an Elvis reference.
Right.
So it's just very
Then put me in
Very
a
dated.
Put me in a sequence jumpsuit.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're so cool, Keith.
Yeah.
But the thing is parents are telling you to be yourself while they're giving you blue suede shoes that you're like, this is so not me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you could be cool wearing anything. I'm telling you this isn't me, and you said just be me and everything will be cool.
Right.
Preach.
No, I said to just be you, but if shoes are $5, you
Yeah.
wear them.
Yeah.
That's what I said. What's your biggest hang up when it comes to therapy? What wasn't the last person able to cover?
You know what? I guess it's
Why did you
always
break
like,
up?
here comes the truth, right? I was in crisis therapy in New York for an eating disorder. Thank you. We conquered it. Thank you again.
I know.
Thank
I know
you.
not to say you look good.
Thank
right?
you. Well,
So you had a mom and magazines growing up.
right. I just had, and so
Congrats.
thank you so much. So then, crisis therapy was more expensive. So then it was like, I got to transition just to like regular therapy of like
Okay.
also just my life, just like living as a human.
Was it bulimia or anorexia? A little of both.
You know what? It was
There's a spectrum.
right. Right.
My eating was very fluid.
It was bulimia. I never gave up food. I always believed in it. And, you know what I mean? So I was a big believer. And then I was just like spiraling because I was like, who am I? What's happening? And
Would you save it in jars? Some people do that.
I didn't do that.
Keith is so obsessed with this
Are
saving in
you?
jars thing.
It's so crazy to me.
There was a girl I knew who did that, who had bags of it in
Bags.
her room.
And
Bags.
and is it has to wait until the family's out to throw it all away, or do they save it for a reason?
I think it is because they're doing it in their room and they want to not.
Just dump it out later.
Yes. Yeah. I never did a bag. Thank you. Tried one time. Didn't do it.
I wonder if like they looked at the jars and be like, I did that all week. Oh,
Bags are.
I mean, maybe.
I think it's more shameful than that, like in
Yeah.
your own
Right.
inside. But I think bags are like the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if she didn't go to crisis,
Right.
she would have. You would have mastered that bag. throw
I
up.
really would have gotten
Yeah.
a handle on it.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to figure out even how to do it. I had to poke myself with a plunger.
what?
When hate is real, it's real. Honestly, actually, now that I'm
The handle part, I assume,
this, yeah.
not the plunger part.
No,
Right.
that part was on the floor. I'm not an animal. But yeah, I was really low. I was so low. I was such a bully to myself all the time.
You're like, nice backpack, me. When's the airport?
I got myself a rolly backpack to be like, go back there, you son of a bee. One time I remember, this is a really dark moment. This is really dark.
You're
I don't
going.
even know if I
It's,
ever
it's
told
10
you.
minute. 10 min in.
My thing is, don't lie.
Yeah.
Don't lie. I can't be untruthful. But one time I wrote.
Hold on, I got a red light. Okay, we're good. We're good. It's blinking. Okay, go on.
One time I wrote on myself.
Oh wow!
What'd you write?
She never told me
Like
this.
horrible thing. She was with me though the whole time.
Oh, like
She
I'm a
was so
piece of shit.
Yeah, like ugly.
It's a form of cutting, yes.
I had never done the writing. That was just a one-time try. And then I was like,
didn't stick.
woo, that was rough.
Yeah. I wrote on my mirror one time, fatso.
Yeah.
And it just, like, you have that moment of where it happens,
Yes.
but you washed your body. My mirror was just there. And years later, I made a friend, and she came over to my house. And after, like, the third or fourth time she was over, she was like, I'm going to draw flowers on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're a skinny bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she's like, this is ridiculous. You keep looking in the mirror. And I'm like, it's not affecting me. Literally, I thought that
Right.
and I was even thinner than I am now, and I'm fine now.
Right.
But like, I wrote that. I didn't even recognize every time I look in the one mirror that I'm looking at. It always said fatso, and I'm like, what? Come on. I had a moment. That moment passed. I'm strong enough to deal with anything.
Yeah.
And it's stupid, but it's also like, what are you expecting?
Right.
What is anyone expecting from the behavior that you have, just dished out
Absolutely.
our entire lives?
Yeah.
Our entire lives.
What do you want from us?
Right.
Yeah.
I never had this problem. I always assumed that
Shut the fuck up.
people put up those clown mirrors, those funhouse mirrors
to make it look skinnier.
to make me look fatter.
Oh.
And I'm like, this
Gotcha.
joke is going on for years, you guys.
I was like, there are mirrors to be skinnier.
Yeah.
There are.
I remember like every time I lose weight, and I just clicked this in my mind. This just fucking clicked in. I will go to try on clothes. Let's say I'm buying clothes. I look in the mirror and I'm like, I ask a salesperson, I swear to God, every single time, like, are these skinny mirrors? I can't have it. I can't go home and see a different thing.
Yeah.
You have to tell me if these are skinny mirrors.
I buy the lighting in a store.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do you remember there's a popular EW cover with the Dixie Chicks, and they wrote on their skin.
Never done.
That's right.
Yeah,
Never
that was
done,
great.
done, yeah.
I listened to that on repeat.
And everyone gets what she was singing.
And she was writing what people were saying to
Right.
them, slut, unpatriotic, etc. Do you see the cover and think, yeah, but mine's real?
No, I'm like, that must have been a low moment for them. I get you, girls. I don't remember ever
Seeing it?
I don't remember seeing anyone and thinking like, oh, I'm so much, like, mine is worse. I just remember
Right.
being like, can't believe you're in hell too. But we can't talk about it because, like, we're in secret hell.
Right. There's like a wink understanding. Right. Tracy on her Twitter, Tracy Soren. It's the first day of my period, and a woman has been officially nominated for president. And no joke, I feel like I could lift a car right now.
Yeah, that was recent.
Yes,
I'm
today.
still on my period. It's my second day.
She's on day 2.
I'm on day 2 of my period.
How exciting is this world? You have Ghostbusters that are women.
Yes.
The day we see a woman scientist, and now
I know.
we're going to have a woman president.
I mean, let's hope.
We are.
She won't let me talk about Trump.
I really won't.
Possibly becoming. She's like, I was like, stop it, stop it. Yeah,
If you talk about it, it's real.
it's real.
Yeah.
She won't let me do it.
I won't.
It's I don't even know how I feel about. I'm voting for Hillary. I will say that flat out. But it's
You're
very
so
exciting.
brave.
And so
You're
I
so
did
brave.
it.
Thank you.
And I said it. And come at me. But yeah, it was just really, it's like a beautiful thing.
Right.
I just think of all the little girls.
Yes, that Ghostbuster picture.
Oh, that Ghostbuster picture of like the
gets
little
me
girl
every
looking
time.
at Kristen Wiig.
God.
Like I think of all the little girls just being able
Yes.
to, it sort of does open it up and it makes it feel real, but also, oh, nice. There you go. And that's what women do too, men. We fart, we burp, we have diarrhea.
Well,
It
easy.
happens.
Okay, easy. I know I'm married, but still. Holy shit. Well, then, Jesse, I probably shouldn't be playing this, but this is Donald Trump. And,
What do you say?
And he's talking about Putin, the bad things about Putin,
Yeah.
and the good things about Putin.
I mean,
How can Putin help America?
Putin has said things over the last year that are really bad things, okay? He mentioned the N-word one time. I was shocked to hear him mention the N-word.
so
You know what the
shocked.
N-word is, right? He mentioned it. I was shocked.
He said it. Disgusting. I'm going to leave no other context with that.
yeah, that's fine.
So with that said,
He has a total lack of respect for President Obama. Number one, he doesn't like him. And number two, he doesn't respect him. I think he's going to respect your president if I'm elected. And I hope he likes me. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing.
What?
I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
break into DNC emails and find these Hillary hidden emails and be respectful. Stop there. And we'll get to the bottom of this. Thank you,
It
Russia.
honestly sounded like he was doing like a video dating service. He was like, Russia, I hope you like me. You know what I mean? Like the way he was sounding, I was like, who is this person?
I'm very sincere when I say this. Is there not some sort of rule or law or throw up bag that we can throw at Trump and say, you can't say that as a potential president when you say that people should spy on us,
Right.
so that you can become president. There's probably a law on that because there's a law on fucking people in the ass.
Exactly.
So this might tie under it.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things that you've said that I would like to check the law books, but I'm busy doing a podcast.
I know.
I don't, you know what I mean? And anyone who's like, he says what he means, no. He says what you mean, and you need to check yourself and write fatso on your
Absolutely.
mirror
Yeah.
or something.
Or I'll write it, you son of a bitch.
Absolutely.
I still got my pen.
How do these people like each other, like themselves that much, and we don't know how to find comfort in folding skin?
I know. I can't.
don't. I
What's
can't.
happening?
What's happening?
It is what's happening.
This is a reflection, and Trump's the mirror. I'll tell you that, and I said it, and I'll
Quote
say
her,
it
quote
again.
her,
Okay,
quote her.
Trump is the mirror, and we're looking hard, and it's ugly.
It's not good.
It's really rough.
It's not good.
Because I do believe that he is playing towards the audience he know will vote for him. I don't think he believes everything he's saying. I don't think he believes everything.
I
saw him on Chris
think
Matthews.
you're being kind. I think he's
I
so
think she's
idiotic.
Yes.
He's idiotic.
When
Yes.
idiotic people speak, you think this is so stupid they can't believe he's stupid.
No, he's totally stupid.
His head is
but I
so
think he's
up his
playing
ass.
the game. Of,
What game?
The game of
bully.
a bully,
Yes.
but of the people who are disheartened, of the bounce back from the Obama administration, of the people in the.
But,
you know,
let's keep in mind that he's still telling his truth. He's just manipulating what he says out loud.
That could be fine.
That doesn't mean he doesn't believe in what he says. It means that he says the most outrageous things of what he believes.
That I will agree with that.
Very different.
Except one thing. I saw him. Did any of you see Chris Matthews where he was pounding him because Trump's saying I'm pro-life, and Chris Matthews is going, okay, but what policy would you instate? And he could not answer him. So it's my personal opinion. I have no facts on this, that I think that he is not pro-life. I think he's probably paid for more abortions than anyone, down this block. And he's
Or kicks down the stairs.
Exactly. Like, I think he just is probably a violent. He was like, here you go, and pounding him out, and he has receipts somewhere hiding. And that's the one thing I do not believe that this guy doesn't.
Here's the thing about that. I believe that all men, or a lot of men who voted pro-life, had the same as, how many people we catch, tapping each other under bathroom stalls who have voted against gay marriage,
110%.
homosexual marriage, relationships. I think that he just talks, and in that moment he thinks abortion is bad until he has the have it.
Absolutely.
He thinks gay is bad unless he has a gay feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
He hates
just
himself so much.
across the board. An egomaniac will think.
Yeah.
It only matters when it happens to me. It only matters when it affects me. It only matters when it's going to stop me from being the president.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to be president. He wants to be in a different form of power. If that was king or lord or whatever, he doesn't care. Sir, if we just called him sir, if everyone just called him sir, maybe we can get rid of him.
Yeah, you're absolutely. You know what? You're making solid points, and I'm taking him home.
He said, thank you for your point of view, sir. And he goes, pack my bags. Thank yous. Thank all of yous. Anthony Weiner says, hey, I hear that Donald Trump Jr. is going to make a bid for NYC to be mayor. And if that happens, I'll come out of retirement and, quote, I'd come out of a retirement just to beat him like a rented mule. This is Anthony Weiner saying this. The guy that posted his dick pic on Twitter thinking he was doing it privately.
I love all these guys are so self-aware. It's nauseating. Anyone want to throw up? Now's your chance.
I honestly love that he's like, I'm in retirement.
Right.
It's like, you didn't work 60 years and take a pension. You sent your cock to somebody. What retirement?
You mean when you fled?
Right, so I'll flash a tit on the street and now I'm in retirement? It's ridiculous.
People be flashing a lot of
dicks.
junk and
Oh yeah, if I could retire by sending a vag pic.
Exactly. Here it is. Here's the labes. Like, what is going on?
Are you kidding? I would shove my phone in my twat, take the picture. Give me the money. Goodbye.
yeah.
Oh, God. His wife's like, sure, honey, you're in retirement.
Right.
Please. As she was 9 months pregnant or whatever with this kid when that happened. It was horrible.
I like Donald J. Trump Jr. He tweets out, too soon, Anthony. You probably shouldn't be talking about beating anything ever again. Go back to your cave. I love it. And I love that this could be a mayor. Easy when you talk about beating. Now, anyway, first on the docket.
See, but this is how Trump became, how Trump got that far. It's so hilarious until Trump is president.
We can't say it.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I understand.
This is gonna be a tough time for Jessie.
All right, let's get to the Democratic side a little bit, right? Here's Michelle Obama, a little bit of her speech the other day.
Leaders like Hillary Clinton, who has the guts and the grace to keep coming back and putting those cracks in that highest and hardest glass ceiling until she finally breaks through, lifting all of us along with her.
That's a great way to put it.
That is the story of this country, the story that has brought me to this stage tonight, the story of generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn.
Did you ladies cry?
I got very emotional. I was like,
chills.
She could be like, I'm running. And everyone would be like, oh, okay.
Right.
We'd love that. Thank
you so much. Thank you. And
right.
coming out.
Yes, Hillary is Rihanna, but I'm Beyonce.
Right.
And I'm going to do it after all.
She's really had two speeches. She had her reboot that was stolen, and then she's had this one. So she's nailed.
She's had the best speech so far, I think.
Unbelievable.
And then, did you hear she finishes her speech and she goes, now, copy that one, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the subtext. That was like right there.
It seemed petty, but.
Walked off.
But I got it.
So it was so important. And I love that she was so open and she said what she needed to say. And that's why it's important to obviously continue to have diverse people in the White House.
Bill O'Reilly says, hey, hold on. Let's check the facts. And he gets down to business. What is this White House and slavery? And where the fuck am I even going with this?
I can't.
Tonight. Factor tip of the day. As we mentioned, Talking Points memo, Michelle Obama referenced slaves building the White House and referring to the evolution of America in a positive way. It was a positive comment. The history behind her remark is fascinating. George Washington selected the site in 1791 and as president laid the cornerstone in 1792. Washington was then running the country out of Philadelphia. Slaves did participate in the construction of the White House. Record
yes, okay.
Participate. That sounds like they were given a choice.
You guys want to? Are you sure?
Did
Thank you so much.
We're going to call this participation.
The other day, my friend participated in incarceration. It was just for like fun.
A hot man.
Yeah, I mean, they serve food there.
Exactly. It's fine.
They've got a bed. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Slaves did participate in the construction of the White House. Records show about 400 payments made to slave masters between 795 and 1801. In addition, free blacks, whites, and immigrants also worked on the massive building. There were no illegal immigrants at that time. If you could make it here, you could stay here. In 1800, President John Adams took up residence in what was then called the
black
executive...
people, you made it here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still here. Looks like you're okay.
I love how he had to add in that immigrant dig.
Yeah.
He was like, if you make it here, you stay, but not now. Okay, we have better boats. I turn around.
Fucking be embarrassed a little.
Oh, he has no shame. I can't. He makes me nauseous.
Get it. I don't even get it.
I can't. He makes me so sick. He makes me so nauseous. I'm done with him.
Like, after that, why wasn't someone like, who told you to look that up?
1 second, I want to be clear. Tracy, you're done with him?
I'm done with him.
Okay.
All right, literally play another of that podcast we were on. I can't listen to him anymore. I'm done. Goodbye, Bill.
John Adams took up residence.
Drop me off Tinder.
In what was then called the Executive Mansion. It was only later on they named it the White House. But Adams was in there with Abigail, and they were still...
Like when he goes, hey, I got an idea for the end of the show. I'm going to talk about Michelle's Obama's point on slaves in the White House. Fuck, what?
Oh, God. But you got to remember who he's turning to say that. Hey, other white people.
Who love me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure his coworkers love him.
Oh, yeah, please.
I mean, if you're going to work there if you're like going to intern there, if you're aspiring to work with this man,
Right.
You don't like him still. Bullshit.
Oh well, they don't like anybody, but I mean,
can't
the
say
interns
anything,
might like him.
or you're fired. You say something, you're fired.
Right.
So the answer is yes. I love that idea. Don't quote me.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that work at that station. I don't hear everybody praising Bill O'Reilly, my good pal. He's a creep.
Nails. The construction was still going on. Slaves that worked there were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government, which stopped hiring slave labor in 1802. However, the feds did not forbid subcontractors from using slave labor. So Michelle Obama is essentially correct in citing slaves as
I know you were all asking me.
Thank you. I'll take the first lady's opinion on it, who's also a black American. You goddamn moron.
labor. So Michelle Obama is essentially correct in citing slaves as builders of the White House, but there were others working as well.
Wow.
Got it all? There will be a quiz.
He blew my mind.
Wow. Thank you for checking.
You know what? I don't know if I
that.
believe him. I'm going to go ask the guy who's like, cleaning out what is this?
I don't know.
You know what's funny is the term slave wages exists. And he just said, they got paid slave wages.
Yeah.
They got fed slave
They
food.
liked the whippings. They were asking for them.
For it to be so bad to work at the White House, people wanted to, free people asked to work there. So you're telling me it's so bad that free people wanted to do it too.
This is the same as people are like, I don't understand what the problem is with minimum wage. When they would cry every minute if they had to live on those wages, they spend, I think, a year's worth of people's salary, I imagine, in a month.
Right.
You know, just on general, before they even go outside.
Or just looking at their paycheck with their taxes. They're like, my taxes were so high. They took it $1. You know, it's like, well, this person
They just can't think past themselves. It's literally impossible for them to think of anybody
and
else.
they can't think that they'd ever be in that situation.
Right.
Which is very, reasonable for anyone.
I don't think you know what that situation is unless you've lived in that situation, close to the situation, sincerely took a look at that situation. But if you are really just in a tower all your life, I think when you say you're broke, you're like, $2-3 million, in the bank, broke. I legitimately think that people think that's broke because that's your lifestyle. Yeah. You can't relate. And when you're a leader and you can't relate that much, you're a detriment to like all of society.
110%.
If you tell me you're broke, but I see you're not wearing blue suede shoes.
Suede is pricey.
From the local shack. It was a shack.
It's the same people who go like, oh, abortion is terrible. You should place your baby for adoption. But I never adopted a baby.
Exactly.
There's millions of them. There's literally millions of babies, children. But
and adoption is so hard. And it's like such an expensive, hard process.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have had sex like I do all the time.
Exactly.
With people in a bathroom stall. All right, let me mention this. Vistaprint, 500 business cards for $9.99. Okay? 500 this is huge, tremendous. Mm-hmm. What a deal. It's big.
Wow.
Yeah, real big. It's a fun way to talk.
If we get anything out of this entire debacle, it's an accent choice.
500 business cards, $9.99. Customize them yourself. Use Vistaprint's templates. However you want to play it. It's super easy to use. Very user-friendly. And they guarantee you will love the finished product. They guarantee that.
If you don't like it, you could let them know, and they will help you make it right. They would give you no issues about it.
I know somebody that I don't want to sound like one of these politicians. I know a young man who, well, bring it. Where is he?
Yeah, exactly.
But she ordered business cards, put her old address on it because she just moved. Vistaprint fixed it. 500 custom business cards, $9.99. Visit Vistaprint.com. Design your custom business cards. Enter code KATG at checkout. That's key. Code KATG. It's a chance to get that professional look on any budget. Don't wait. Go to Vistaprint.com and order today. All right?
Get that goofy look if you want.
Oh, yeah. Do something crazy.
Do
whatever
you?
you want. Yeah.
500 times.
Yeah. You remember the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? You would pour water on yourself and then challenge 5 other people to do it. These would go viral, which would make you think, oh, let me donate to ALS.
Good news is, go ahead, Keith.
17 people died from the cold ice water. Just kidding.
I believed you. I straight up believed you.
Totally.
They raised money to figure out a gene linked to ALS. The discovery of NEK1, NEK1. The report added that research was made possible because of the Ice Bucket Challenge donations.
Yeah.
It is believed to be one of the most common genetic markers for ALS, which will help guide future research.
I'm getting chills.
unbelievable.
Keith,
So nice.
you
Right.
have now reprogrammed me again
Right.
to think that you're going to tell me good news.
All the scientists are also rapists.
Oh.
Yeah, bummer.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
This news is a roller coaster. Pikachu just solved AIDS. Also, So, good news with this fun stuff going around. All right, you ready for a bummer of a story?
Yeah.
Wow. Hit
Yay.
me.
Okay. This mom beats her daughter on and shows it on Facebook. Do you remember the story not too long ago where the dad beat his son? It's like, you want to act like you're a fucking tough guy? He makes the son have boxing gloves. They both put on boxing gloves, and he just beats the fuck out of the son, who doesn't really try to fight back because you know it's going to be worse. Yeah. And then he puts it on Facebook like, look, I embarrassed you. Doesn't know that Child Protective Services are going to come in, and he's going to be arrested.
That's the good news, I guess.
The mom's doing the exact same thing.
The same mom?
No, it's a different person, different family, but the mom does this.
More children. Oh, phew.
Yeah, different idiot.
But she makes even worse, makes the sister hold the camera.
The kid's sister?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
Then you all on Facebook and towels and shit, huh? 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 So you stay mad? So you stay mad at me? He's not in your house. You stay mad at me? He's not in your house. You stay mad at me? So I'm mad about the motherfucking picture, huh?
She doesn't like that her daughter's putting what she thinks is slutty pictures on Facebook.
Fuck, that's it?
Huh? So you trying me, huh?
All right, okay.
Wow.
And then the mom,
Don't play any more of
This is too much. We can't.
Don't play anymore.
and then the mom said make it viral, and I'm trying.
I don't think people understand the power of this. That was it's just, I'm a little shocked by that.
Please don't play anymore. I see you wanting to play more. I promise you that whoever needs to get it got it.
I mean, let's just call Child
promise.
Protective Services.
I'm
and get
sure
those
this
kids
woman
out
was
of there
arrested.
because-
Not yet.
What?
Yeah, then let's make sure if somebody could call right now,
Hello?
that'd be unbelievable.
Are you live listening?
That makes me so
Immediately
sad.
go. I don't know where this person's located. If they're not in Astoria, I don't have the power and the jurisdiction. So I need somebody to hurry up.
That's horrific.
That's horrific.
Let's all get together and someone do something about this.
Yeah.
This is in Savannah, Georgia. And the mom was upset, saying you took pictures of you being slutty and you had sex in my house.
Ugh.
And then the daughter wrote on Facebook, first off, I shouldn't embarrass my mama. I love her. Yes, this is me, Nia. I shouldn't have been doing what I did. No, I didn't have Vari in my house when she said not to. I was at his house. I'm only 16 years old. I was going to open up and tell her that I was having sex. I was just going to wait a couple days to see how I was going to tell her. I understand why she did what she did. Everybody laughing and making reenactments, sharing my pictures. I'm seeing everything. I did go to the hospital only because I have anxiety attacks and a real bad headache. I embarrassed my mama, so she embarrassed me. I'm not defending the live video because when schools start next week, all eyes on me. I'm at work, all eyes on me. I know next time to just keep my business to myself.
Of course she has anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
Would you not?
Yeah, she just had sex, which is already something that, you cross over into this new place in your mind. She's trying to process it, and she gets hit for it. So now,
I mean, that's the message of someone who's abused and is used to being abused, so is defending it.
This is horrible.
I deserved it, or I did, no.
This is horrible.
And
That's
there's been prior incidences,
Right.
obviously. Like, Mom, who are you today?
Yeah. This is horrible.
The mom wrote, I love my daughter with all my heart. Whatever happens after this, oh, well, my daughter is not going to disrespect me or herself or nobody. That shit, Bernie Mac. I don't know either. Ain't nothing changed. She's still my baby girl. Emoticon 100, emoticon muscle. Lesson learned. Now have a blessed day.
An emoticon muscle?
I believe her. I believe that this mom is loving her daughter as much as she can, as much as she knows how.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to play more after you say that.
What?
I'd love to play more after you say that.
No, please do not. I'm gonna need to get some ice cream or something.
That doesn't make it right.
Can't have
It means that somebody else taught her the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And whatever you learn in your childhood is so goddamn hard to undo that you truly believe this is love. You convinced your kid that this is love, and you're going to keep passing it along unless somebody stops it or you decide to go, hey, people seem to have different feelings on this. Let me explore that. Unless you're doing that about the things that you're passionate about, you're just going to keep doing it. I'm not saying this is okay because this is what she learned.
Right.
But again, where do you want things to go with this? Please don't play more, Keith.
I'll tell you what. I'll cleanse the palate. There's a little Hillary Clinton.
And I also think we'd be a lot better off if we actually talked to each other instead of yelling at each other.
See, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
That's very fun.
I need to bounce.
That's
back.
a hoot. That's a hoot and a holler.
And we're gonna hear a lot of Hillary, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Especially after that, I'm gonna play her again.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Here we go.
Okay, here's a fun story.
Okay, fun. And do we believe you on that?
I don't believe you.
I'm looking, and I'm going. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm going through my papers. There's really no fun stories. A Jamaican student accused of groping 5 women on the subway during rush hour says it was a prank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
again, I believe you. Go fuck yourself.
exactly. Also, like YouTube stars who prank people by grabbing their tits. Thank you.
I saw a prank where they prank kidnapped somebody.
I would prank shit on them. Straight up. If you're gonna throw me in a fucking van and tell me it's a prank, you're dead. Goodbye.
You're dead to me,
and also,
and you're dead.
that van is ruined.
Yeah.
110. Ain't coming back from it, honey.
You
No
owe
car
me
wash.
$40 for new pants. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, these were $40 pants, and I
never exceed 20.
Tracy's doing some prank murders.
Oh yeah. It's gonna get hot and heated.
Yeah.
All right, let me mention this.
Keith, you were right. That was a fun story.
That was fun. See? Now, people don't understand pranks nowadays, I don't think. I mean, unless there's video of it where you're laughing. You know, it's not a prank if you didn't videotape it. So if you did it by yourself and only you, and you didn't giggle with anybody.
Oh, it's just a sad time.
That's
It's just
actually
It's like a sad Saturday.
Yeah.
it's just like prostitution. If you film it, it's legal. It's porn.
Right.
Yeah, we're good. We get it. We get it.
It's like that
You're
guy.
blowing
Our minds.
my mind.
It's like that guy from The Who. They found child porn on his computer, right?
Right.
And he says, "Oh, I was making a book on child. Like, there's not doctors and scientists making these books. I
Yeah.
want to hear it from the guy that writes Baba Baloo." So anyway, but what does Teenage Wasteland think about it? So anyway, I looked at all these pictures of young naked kids. Disgusting. And it turns out it's more a pamphlet. The end.
That's what I think about as government class when you heard about those cases. It's like, but then this case was like, sorry, pranking's not an excuse after this.
Yeah, oh God.
Like, what are we doing?
He says, "You caught me. I was writing a book." Well, you can call the cops and go, "Just so you know ahead of time, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a lot of. Can you sign this piece of paper for me? Have a lawyer look into. That's something you check with the lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Can I have these pictures? I'm writing a book.
This should not be your undercover book.
Right.
This, like, I know that sometimes you write a memoir and you're like, ooh, who might write a memoir? But, like, child porn, when you're looking it up for research purposes, you tell at least 5 people. I think that's the law.
But my point is,
It's gotta be at least 5.
Yeah.
years have gone by. We still haven't seen this fucking book.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Arrest him today.
I don't understand that.
The book is coming. It's just taking so much longer than I thought.
I just can't get the intro right.
A lot of people don't want to do a foreword.
Exactly.
I worked with I asked Aerosmith. I asked.
Bunch of parents of the kids.
That's ridiculous to me. 'Cause also, like, if you're writing a book and you are in The Who, you probably have some connections. Wouldn't you have a company or a
No, it's a
professor?
DIY world.
That's why.
Yeah.
Ebooks. Thank you. Thank you, ebooks. $1.99 on Amazon. We get
Everyone's
it.
an author.
Now, here's the website you want to go to. Soren and Jolles. SORENANDJOLLES.COM.
And I love that the ad came right after the child porn story.
You can cut it out, put it all together.
Learn more about child porn. Check out our site.
Like, no, just kidding. We would never,
We would never, and we would never, and we would never. We don't support it,
and we're not
hear it, and
against
we say no.
You guys really are a duo.
Yeah,
Look at that. That was amazing.
No, absolutely. Go
What if one of them was like, no, we don't do it.
No,
Okay.
no, take it down.
So go to YouTube. You can search for Soren and Jolles. And see everything right there. There's a podcast. Do we still do this podcast?
We do.
We take a little break now.
No, the new episode is out tomorrow.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes, it's
Good.
on the Forever Dog Podcast Network. We're very excited to be a part of that family.
It's a podcast of different podcasts.
If we want to make it just crazy for people.
It's Soren and Jolles Presents, and one podcast, for example, maybe you're witches. Another podcast, you're a dog and a cat giving a podcast out to other dogs and cats.
Yes.
These guys are trippy, believe me.
Yeah, where it's, smoke a little and listen to the podcast. That's
and
for you, Mom and Dad. Okay, keep going.
And like I said, you have a lot of press. We don't know why.
No, we have no idea why.
The individual, God, I love that show. I'm going to do one where I skydive and interview people.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. TracySoren.com and JessieJolles.com. You can go to their websites and their Twitter accounts or their name as well. And about 90% of both of your tweets are about the Bachelorette. So if you're into the Bachelorette,
We actually we live watch it for Refinery 29. So but we're also, before we were doing that, we were massive, horrible fans.
Yeah.
Don't start us on it because we will.
Hashtag still are. Bless.
Hashtag JoJo what?
I know.
For everyone listening, JoJo what?
What happened to her?
And why?
Someone understands that's listening.
Exactly.
I think you did ask us not to get started, right? Okay. All right. Well, it was very nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
You guys don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Keith and the Girl. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of it. Follow us and also spread this show. If you like it, why not share it with someone? There are buttons on every platform. If you're on iTunes and listening, SoundCloud, wherever you're listening, there's a share button right there. We'd love it if you share it. Thank you so much.
At the beginning of tomorrow's show, we will talk about big news about my brand new album. We'll see you soon.